Hi all, Redden here. So we're doing this. Glad to see that a bunch of the Google Classrooms have gone up. I've just put a bunch on mine and I'm hoping that it all goes swimmingly. I just wanted to put up a tutorial specifically about creating assignments where the students have a document that's located right here on the Google Classroom at all times that you can see, you can make comments on, and you can be participating in their progress throughout. So it's not that you need to share a folder with them and then possibly they put it in the wrong spot or they accidentally delete things that I have seen in the past. So I'm going to try and do this quick and simple, but I want to give as much detail as possible. So we now, because we've made our Google Classrooms, we know that this is where they live. I'm going to do most of it here in Google time, but I will show you some things in action over in my other classes. So we want to have these assignments. Ooh, let me see where I've tried to do it before. We want to have these assignments here on the classroom so we can't lose anything. This I'm not going to suggest that we're doing right here in the feed. We are going to do it in classwork. That way we can make sure that we are doing the correct thing and that we can get these very specific individual assignments located here at all times. So when you go to create, there's a couple of options where you can have things like this: the assignment, quiz assignment, and question. You can all have located here where you see the students' answers and you can reply directly to them. Nothing is in another location, it's all here. I'm going to talk specifically about the assignment. So when you're here, you can make any kind of assignment you want. Let's make this a quick discussion. Hi, typing. A quick discussion. And then please try and type quieter than I did in the last one. Okay, so I'm a writing teacher. This is going to be a writing assignment. If I already had a document started where maybe I had some questions on a Google Doc, like we would make up any kind of quiz or worksheet, I can pull that right from my Google Drive, something that I've already created and is ready to go. A lot of what we might end up doing are simple answers to things or filling in questions from another form like a PDF. So we just want them to write down their answers. Or if you just want to have a blank document, a lot of writing classes we have blank documents. So we can just simply create for that one. And I'm going to want a doc. So it's going to do that for me right now. And we're already building this into the Google Classroom. So now this is going to be the document that the students see and can use on their own. They can all have their own and edit it and write and don't have to worry about making anything new or messing up for someone else. So if I could give it a title. We will call this Weekend Notes. And here's where you can type in if you have specific questions you want them to answer. Like number 1, describe your morning. And you can go so on and so forth. With my writing assignments, I usually like to give all of the questions in the assignment on Google Classroom and then just do the few things that they always forget here. Name, date, and then title, and they know to go in and change those. But that's really all I end up putting for writing assignments. You can put as much as you want. But you've now created the document that they'll each get an individual copy of. So because of that, when we refresh, it will have the title. But everything else continues the way it was. You can choose the classes that it goes to, making sure it's all student. You can give it a point value and a due date and put it under the topic. But what I want us to stop and focus on is right here. So at the moment, we've just created a document that they can look at. Cool. But we want to make sure that there's an individual copy for each one. So if we click on this, the next step down would be that they can see that individual copy and change it, which is what we're trying to avoid. We want to make sure that there is one for every student. Now, once we assign this, there will be a location for us, the teacher, to see exactly their progress, what they're doing, to see who turned in, who's missing something, all of that goodness. So I'm going to go right from here and simply assign this so that we can see the next step from this point. So now it is quick discussion. It's in our welcome package. When we click on it, these are the basic instructions. And look, that weekend notes, the title that we gave it. Nobody's turned it in because I don't have anyone to assign it to. But this is what that back end looks like. I'm going to show you in one of my other classes that has students in it so you can actually see the progress here. But all of your students will be on this side. The ones on the left here. On the right side, you will get to see individual thumbnails of their work and how much they've put into it. They sort it out from who's finished and who's missing. And you can see what the assignment looks like. For the students, it's slightly different just because over on the right-hand side, there will be a small box that says your work, and then a box that looks just like this with weekend notes on it, but it will also have their name in front of it, so they know to click that. That's the only gentle difference. So I just want to show you quickly what this looks like on the back end with something that's actually been posted and the students have been working on. So not example. Okay, persuasive speech. So we just finished up. So here we are. I did not grade on Google Classroom, which is why you see these empty spaces, but you can put grades directly on it. That was a different rubric that I wasn't working on here in it yet, but you can see the thumbnails. You can even see in that gentle look just how much work people have gone into things. If it's missing, don't worry, I had a lot of these students working with me in conferences, but you can see right here the work directly. I can click in, which I won't because you don't want to see them, but keeping everything nice and private, but you can go in, you can make comments, you can add and edit for them. And again, you're able to see the instructions were just as they were. So I feel like this part is going to be really important to all of us so that we're not having all of our assignments loose and around. We are keeping them on the Google Classroom. And hopefully this is going to continue to streamline things and to make this process as easy as possible and keeping my fingers crossed as short as possible. Thank you again. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions. I am happy to help out all around. Take care.